Let's make a Gears of War tier list. The Gears of War games. So they have Gears of War and Gears of War Ultimate Edition as different entries. Do you think we should do them as separate games or the same?
I would just do them the same. I'm sure there's differences, but I don't even know I did play the Ultimate, but
I know like multiplayer was different for sure. I don't know about the single player, but
let's just group them together.
Yeah. Okay. I have a ranking of. I think I have my ranking kind of nailed down, so I'm interested to see what you think. I think I would put Gears of War 1 actually in A. What do you think of that? Where would you put Gears of War 1?
Yeah, I would put 1 at A.
Yep, it's a great game. Started off the series. There were two things that kind of held it back for me. One, the story. There was wasn't there a cut act? So like at one point you just kind of end up on a train and it's never really explained.
Yeah, there was. Yep.
And then the other thing is I didn't really like the krill parts. Those didn't really do it for me. Other than that, though, it's a great game.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And it was a solid start.
Yep.
So for me, oh yeah, you could go. I'm curious. So.
Hold on, you're cutting out a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. You can go. What were you going to say for 2?
2, I think, is my favorite Gears of War game.
Okay.
I think that's the one it's either 2 or 3 is the one I played the most multiplayer. Probably about the same in that time period. The story was great, like flooding Jacinto at the end and then like having to wait a while to figure out what happened with that. That was like such a cool cliffhanger, and like I don't know. I remember replaying that one a lot with the co-op.
Mm-hmm. And I actually agree. I would put 2 at S. And as a matter of fact, I would put 3 at S too.
I would also put 3 at S. I think the reason I put 3 under 2, even though it's just slightly, is the more lambent. It got a little annoying having them always blowing up in your face, but that's kind of nitpicky. That's like the only reason I put it below 2. And the multiplayer in 2 and 3, I played a lot. We played a lot.
I played so much. Yeah, it was so good. God, 2 and 3 are in my opinion masterpieces. Like I love those 2 games.
Yeah.
The campaign, like the multiplayer, the
Horde mode. We didn't even talk about Horde mode. Started in 2.
Yeah, Horde mode. I mean, I remember getting Gears 2 specifically for Christmas one year, and me and Brandon, my brother, we played that all night. Co-op, like, oh god, I love it. Yep, I agree. And 3 was a perfect conclusion.
Yeah,
great characters, great deaths, great conclusion. I wasn't mad about anything. It felt like the right ending.
Yeah, and that's not always easy to do in a trilogy for some reason. Like sometimes they screw it up. So yeah,
normally the third one's people's least favorite in a trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I would agree with all that. I think 2 and 3 builds upon what 1 did.
Yeah. I don't know if I played Judgment. I want to say I didn't.
I don't know if I did either, so I guess we'll just put it did not play. And if we did, it didn't leave a lasting mark on us.
Yeah. I personally feel like Gears 4 is the weakest of all of them. Agree. So I would probably put it in B.
My least favorite. Yeah. I'll put it in B too. I still think it's a good game.
Yep.
The story to me isn't as interesting. The character's not as interesting. I don't know. It was a slower start to a new trilogy.
Yeah, it was still interesting to see, like, because Marcus was in that one, right? I'm pretty sure he was.
Yeah, not the whole game, but he was in that.
Yeah, in like the second half. So it was interesting seeing him and the dynamics between the father and son with Marcus and JD.
Yeah, like the characters are still interesting, and it just, I guess it was such a high of 3, to where you kind of go down a little bit.
Yep. But yeah, still good. Not better than
good.
the
I don't think
original
it's
trilogy.
a bad game.
Now, Gears 5, I remember liking a lot. I don't know
I would
if
put Gears 5 at A.
I would put it in A. I don't think I could bump it up to S.
No, I loved Gears 5. That's the Gears I've wanted since 2 and 3.
Yeah.
It's a little more open world, but not really open world.
Yeah,
just more you
just
get
a little
somewhere
more.
and you have kind of like a God of War, right? You get somewhere and you have a lot of places to explore.
Yep.
The ending to that game was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
It sets up for something like Gears 6. Like, I would get an Xbox for freaking Gears of War 6. That's how excited that ending got me for the next Gears game.
I would probably just play it on PC, but
yeah, I mean,
I would play it for sure.
But yes, Gears 5. Oh god, I loved it. I liked it.
The ending was really good, and like it gave you a choice, and it made it feel really impactful, and and even
riding around, with the
that's what one of the things I remember most about the game is riding around on that thing and doing stuff.
I really liked it. I thought, I don't know, Gears 4 to me, even though I still liked it, this was the slowest and kind of, I guess, most boring one.
Yeah, it kind of didn't really do that much to set itself apart. Like, I feel like Gears 5 did with going a little more open world. It tried some new things. 4 just kind of felt like stagnant, like more of the same, but not as much stakes.
Not as original trilogy.
Yeah. I probably should.
So our ranking is the same.
I probably should play Judgment. I know.
I feel like I have. Maybe I haven't. I feel like I've at least tried it.
I actually like Baird as a character a lot, so I probably should. But I just haven't.
But yeah, we have the same list because I agree 100% with everything.
Wow. Nice.
2 and 3, I could say I could flip-flop between 2 and 3 what my favorite would be, but I would probably at the end of the day put 2 over 3 as well.
Yeah. I probably could too. But I think right now I'm at tier 2 being better.
I think what I loved about 2 is 2 felt like the biggest, like the most at war.
Yeah.
It was, and
there were still a lot of questions and why are the locusts doing this? And
I almost felt like 3 was more personal, or I don't want to say it was smaller in scale, but you know what I mean. 2 was where it was like the peak of the war. I felt like.
Yeah. That whole fight at Jacinto was huge.
Oh, such good games, dude. Every time we do these, I need to play Gears. I'm gonna freaking install that right now on my gaming laptop.
Yeah.
Dude, we should play. You know what we should do? We should play some co-op with those. To be honest.
Yeah, I'll need to download them too. I think I have
Game Pass,
some. I don't have Game Pass, but they probably have something.
You can find like $1.
Yeah.
I just got Game Pass for PC right now for $1 to play some Starfield.
Yeah, I probably should do that to play some Starfield too.
But it would be fun to kind of revisit these games.
Yeah.
In co-op.
I love the co-op in these. They do it.
They're not too long either.
Yeah, and the splitting up sections make it interesting, and they do co-op really well.